This YouTuber slash entrepreneur has gone from a life of struggle growing up in a single parent home in the USSR to a multi-millionaire.
No offense, but how?
Iman Gadzhi started out making and flipping Instagram pages, but eventually leveled the f up once he got his agency off the ground and running smooth. However, it was not always as easy for him on his journey to becoming worth 30 million. I mean, he faced a lot of trials and tribulations, and I personally believe he might have had some red flags that were holding him back from getting to the level of success that he wanted as fast as he could. And I would go as far as to say that if he hadn't done a particular challenge, if he hadn't created protocol to help him fix all these issues, then he almost certainly would have fumbled the bag. And that's a lot of money bags, bro. I ain't even playing. Now, I know your impatient ass is over there wondering like, Glass, what is this protocol? I'm trying to get to the bread. Relax, my nigga. We gonna get to the protocol, but I think that you should know most people actually struggle with these same red flags. So before we dive into the protocol, I think we need to take a look and analyze some of the red flags that Iman and many of the celebrities you look up to have struggled with and had to eliminate before they could ever join the top 1% of men. Now, guys, I've watched countless hours, and I mean countless hours, of interviews and podcasts of hyper successful people, and it all became very clear to me that they all mentioned a few of these issues that they had to solve before they could ever level up.
The hunger, the motivation, and the desire to be the best possible basketball player that I could be.
Down here to show up every day of your life. Effort is isolated.
It's time to stay focused.
My focus is too critical.
And then once you do this over and over and
now, I know I just showed y'all a bunch of random clips, but don't worry, I'm gonna tie it all together for y'all. Almost all successful people, including our boy Iman Gadzhi, figured out that your ability to stay motivated and consistent, your ability to stay focused and eliminate distractions, your ability to be fully immersed in your goal, all make a big ass impact on your ability to eventually attain success. And the lack of those things is why Iman, all the celebs that you love, all of us struggle to hit our goals for a long time. But the question is, how did they fix this? And more specifically, how did Iman fix this? Since that's like kind of who the video is about, you know what I'm saying?
No shit, Sherlock.
To go on and become worth just, a measly 30 million at the age of 24. I really don't know how old this nigga is, but he's somewhere around there.
That's why he's the GOAT, the GOAT!
Now, I know I asked the question, but hey, bro, I'm gonna answer my own damn question. I'm gonna answer it by breaking down exactly what protocol Iman uses, and more importantly, how that protocol goes on and helps people overcome the red flags that are clearly holding them back. Let's start with the first red flag. On screen here, you're about to see a young Glasgow captured in the wild attempting to get to his goal. Now, don't worry, Iman has already corrected and addressed these issues, but it looks like this nigga right here, he got a long way to go.
We'll stop bapping. I will.
You see, when people come up with these big ass goals and then they announce it to the world, for the first few days, they're all pumped up and energized to go after that goal. But then after like the first week or so, it's clear that they're losing a lot of the desire that they had to actually achieve that goal, which causes them to look at their goal sheet 6 months later and be like, damn, I didn't even come close to hitting that bitch.
you're not even close.
And let's keep it 8 more than 92. That can be devastating when it happens. So how did Iman fix this? Well, I'll tell you, with this protocol. You see, Iman no longer promises to change his life and then subsequently spends all of his energy on the couch watching anime. Iman no longer gets up and the first thing he does and looks at his phone. Iman no longer wastes his energy letting one off on the Pornhub. No, Iman is actually very deliberate and intentional with what he engages in, which in turn strengthens his resolve to go out and do the difficult things every single day, which in turn allows him to make steady and very noticeable progress towards his goal. But there's more.
Like, wait, there's more.
You see, guys, it's been proven that there's this little chemical that motivates us to do things. There's only one caveat. The brain just wants dopamine. It doesn't give a damn where it comes from, though. Here, let me spell it out for you, nigga. Let's present your brain with 2 different options to get dopamine. Number 1, scroll TikTok for a couple hours. It'll give you 30 racks of dopamine, but it's at a difficulty level of 2 out of 10. Number 2, go lift weights. That gives you about 5,000 racks of dopamine, but it's at a difficulty level of 7 out of 10. You see, guys, the problem is the brain completely ignores which one of those activities is going to be better for you in the long run. The problem is the brain wants dopamine and it is usually going to choose the less difficult path to get it. And our boy Iman Gadzhi understands that. And that is why he invented, well, he didn't invent it because I've been doing it, but that is why he uses a protocol named monk mode.
What the hell is even that?
Now, monk mode is a period of enhanced focus, discipline, and productivity, and Iman uses monk mode to starve himself of distractions and artificial dopamine hits. Because when the mind no longer has easy options to choose from to go get his dopamine, it's gonna go get that dopamine anyway, even if it has to do something hard like read a book. I know, boring, right? Some of you niggas need to read.
This is good because I could barely read.
So by using monk mode, Iman is essentially tricking his brain into doing the hard things every single day, which allows him to make more progress towards his goal than many people even think possible. But for argument's sake, let's just say you're the Chad of all Chads and you don't struggle with natural motivation at all. Let's just say maybe you struggle with something more like using that energy appropriately. That's okay, because Iman's monk mode, his protocol, addresses and fixes this as well. Let's look at this guy try to chop down a tree. So two guys are chosen for a contest. The first one to chop one tree down wins $1 million. Now the first guy takes his axe, swings 2 times at 20 different trees looking for the weakest one. The second guy takes his axe, picks one tree, picks one spot. Then he swings his axe 5 times at that spot, puts the axe down for 30 minutes, then picks it back up and swings 5 times again at that same spot. Now a month passes by and the second guy is the only one who has successfully chopped down one tree, while the other guy, well, he didn't fare as well. You see guys, there's this myth out there that hard work will get you everything that you need. And don't get me wrong, I love hard work, but successful people like Iman know just working hard sporadically ain't gonna get the job done. Now let's look back at the first example. Now why was the second guy able to chop down the tree where the first guy was not? Because theoretically they both have all the tools that they needed to make sure the tree got chopped down. However, we see that the second guy was able to do it. And I would say it's because the second guy put all his energy, effort, and consistency in chopping down one tree. He focused everything on that tree. He delivered energy to it every single day until something happened. Whereas the other guy, that nigga was all over the place.
You're a mess, Carl.
And Iman does this all too well. You see, with his monk mode protocol, he's able to eliminate all distractions. He's able to focus exclusively on his goal, and then he's able to attack his non-negotiables every single day. And by doing that, he is eliminating many of the red flags that are holding most of us back today. But this next one is probably one of the most fire success hacks I've ever seen. Nah, for real. It's real deal.
If you want to be great, the very best at what you do, obsession is a necessity.
It's because you haven't committed yourself where you would burn your boats. If you want to take the fucking island, burn your fucking boats.
If no one thinks you're crazy, you're not yet operating to the outer limits of your potential.
Guys, did you see that? You've been lied to, bro. You've been lied to your entire life. You've been told that balance is the key to happiness. Liar! But the greats and Iman knows that total immersion is a blessing. You see, with his monk mode, he chooses a time of solitude. He's able to eliminate anything that doesn't have to do with his goals, which allow him to really send all his energy and efforts in one direction, which then in turn allows him to maybe see more opportunities that maybe weren't there before, or at least he didn't see before, and ultimately hit his goal and be successful. In fact, he credits making $9 million in 1 year to one of his monk mode stretches. See, that's the thing about hyper successful people and why I'm such a big fan of Iman, because he shows me that everyday people like you and me, bro, we can be successful as long as we continue to strive and continue to level up. And maybe we can get there even faster by using things like monk mode. But the question is, bro, like, how do I do monk mode? Well, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. It starts by you clicking this next video, because I'm gonna teach you everything you need to know in 5 minutes.